Shout out to my new subscribers, my old school subscribers, my TikTok family. Wasn't for you guys, and none of this would be possible. Shout out to my replay gang, my overseas gang, and my unsubscribed gang, shrinking by the day. With no further ado, let's get this party started. Memberships are available, merch coming soon. That being said, let's talk about it for a second, okay? Let's talk about the 5 reasons why women are hot for the Sigma bad boy season. Back up a little bit. Hopefully. All right, let's get it. Let's go. No further ado. Number 1, you are priority focused, mission focused, and you don't allow anything to knock you off task. That's number 1. You know, it's very important, you know, and your purpose should be aligned with God. If it's not, I'm sure it will fall in alignment with God if you're finding yourself. And women love this. There's something about the Stoic nature of it, where they know it or not, it's in their DNA. They love it. Okay, absolutely love it. You know what I'm saying? Number 2, you stay in shape, physically and mentally. I mean, they're watching you so hard. If you gain a few pounds, they're right there automatically to assess the situation, and without being asked, you know, start, you know, giving you opinions and advice on what's going on with you and why you may have gained weight. It can't just be that, you know, your birthday just passed and you just was enjoying yourself. No, they got to give you this, oh, yeah, you know, they can't help themselves. You know what I mean? They love that bad boy, you know, what's going on? Am I, listen, you know, sometimes you just take a little bit of time off from working out and you enjoy your life a little bit. You're getting out at night and stuff, you know, things happen. But don't worry. Now that I know that it's noticeable, I'll go ahead and tighten back up. Don't worry about it, sweetheart. Don't worry about it. You know what I mean? Number 3, you don't allow anyone to project, to knock you off course, to influence you, to manipulate you, gaslight you. You know, your divine protection is unmatched, and you know, your brilliance, you know, I mean, you just can't be messed with, man. Which leads me to, what was that, number 2, number 3? Number 2? Number 3. Anyway, the fact that you can be unbothered, you know what I'm saying, through any situation, you know what I'm saying, by yourself, unbothered, without a group, a crowd, without anyone to help you out, make you feel better. You know what I'm saying? When you're going through things, you can handle things alone, build from scratch. I mean, no one can, while you're building, gaslight you or make you feel like you're anything less than you are. It's really just a gift from God, but they can't get enough of it. Okay? We'll walk across the street for a second here. There we go. Number 4, your stability overall, right? Not just your financial stability, but your mental stability, your balance. You know, the way that you just know that things got to get done. You know, you have to build a schedule for things. You know how to prioritize things, compartmentalize things. It's just something about that overall dynamic lets a woman know that no matter what goes on, things are going to get done, taken care of, and things will be all right. And it's that sense of safety that they can't get enough of. You know what I mean? And then, you know, number 5, which we're going to kind of dwell on for most of the video, it's really just the sex appeal, man. It's the, I don't give a you know what. I'm just going to do whatever I feel like doing, and it is what it is. Right? Go against the system, go against whoever group of people is trying to go against you. It is what it is. It's like, I'm just going to do what I do. And whatever comes of it, comes of it. And you don't take nothing serious. You know, you don't take it really personal on that level of, you know, I believe these people's opinion matters to me. It's just, you're not going to sit there and try to taunt or be goofy right in front of my face. You're not going to play my face. I see you doing it. If I catch you doing it, I'll correct you. And then I'll keep it trucking. This kind of stuff, really turns a woman on. It really sets the stage for her to know if a situation or situationship or relationship ever develops, that she knows that she's going to be taken care of in whatever, realm of relationship that you're in. You know what I'm saying? If it's just a situationship, then, the physical, whatever. But if it's a relationship, she knows. Like, she knows, right? So there's a lot of sex appeal about a Sigma bad boy, as opposed to, like, what they consider to be a bad boy, which 9 times out of 10, we know what the truth of the matter is. They conflate bad boys with bad guys, right? Like, there's a difference between a bad boy and a bad guy, right? A bad guy is just, Pookie and Ray Ray and Day Day and them. They be borrowing their mother's car, or they have a car that's co-signed by their grandmother. They're living with some kind of parent, or, someone that has to help them take care of things. And they don't really have anything on their own, but they'll have the newest gear and be talking the newest slang or whatever. And I mean, they're really worth nothing. You know what I'm saying? And these are the bad boys, the bad guys. A bad boy can be a guy that's got things going on for himself, doing things in his life, an entrepreneur. He just has a side to him, a kind of an edge to him. You know what I'm saying? It's like he's his own man. He doesn't, go along to get along. He doesn't, just say things to be saying things. Like, everything you say, you've thought deep about it. You know what I mean? It aligns along with the kind of character and morals you have. So it's not just a bunch of rambling nonsense, keeping up with the trends, and then you mess around and, end up being a trend. And that's something else too. Like, even in the beginning, when these women think that you're a little bit too far extreme on whatever end they think it is, when you start trending and people start mimicking you, it will change their perspective. It's so crazy, because I'm noticing, like, how women were talking about how, weirdo I seemed, and, they called me a lot, aloof and things of that nature. And then once, I started trending and being a loner, and being a popular loner became a thing, and, not worrying about labels and all that kind of stuff, and just kind of dressing comfortably, and self-love, all this stuff that they were making fun of, whenever it started trending and they started noticing groups of people that, relate to me and, follow me, and, we're building, then they start, hey, you know what? Maybe that's a thing. And then they go along, with you, and flip sides, and, now it's all of a sudden super sexy. It was sexy to them the whole time. It's just they were too scared to go against what their friends and colleagues were talking junk about you. They didn't want to stand out and be like, what, you support this fool? So they went along with it, right? So now everybody, even the ones that were trying to act like they were hating on you in the beginning, they're all of a sudden falling in love with you and can't get enough of keeping up with your content, because truth be told, they liked you from the beginning. It's just you were too out the norm for them to allow you to be accepted. You know what I'm saying? And then by the time that they realize that you're trending, or you're going to be something that they're going to have to get used to seeing, they've already burnt bridges. So they can't really, you know what I'm saying? They feel foolish to, try to turn around and make it seem like you have what's going. Listen, right now, the name of the game is to play dumb, to act like these women don't see what we're doing, and continue to try to perpetuate the same old Pookie and Ray Ray talking points, and try to trick us into thinking there's a lack of supply. There is no lack of supply when it comes to fine women. There's twice as many of them as there is us. And if you're one of these selective guys, or select guys, high value guys, Sigma, whatever you want to call it, right? I mean, you're the select of the select. So, you're one of the prime guys that women go to figure out what they want in a man. And see, when you harness that power, like I know I am, right? So I harness that power, then you're able to dictate what trends are, I'm able to dictate what women are going to be looking for in men, just by the way that I'm carrying myself online. And if I start trending, then women will start looking for men that carry themselves like me. Therefore, I can give guys like me a shot just by being myself online and being trendy, through my anointing. So, when I think about stuff like that, I take it very serious. I don't just get on here and just, you know what I'm saying? I went through what I went through as far as my healing process. But once healed, and I'm thinking about everything from the higher perspective, you know, of I need to make sure I'm getting guys' message out while also spreading my brand out, while also being myself and showing women my most, because a lot of people get online and they show their most marketable self, the one that they believe that most people want to see based off of what they observe. But when you're comfortable enough and strong enough and powerful enough to be who you are off camera, on camera, and not change anything, and even though you get ridiculed or whatever, you maintain your frame, right? Your masculine frame. And then that way, once the dust clears, everybody sees you're not going nowhere, then you start getting your accolades and your roses and your recognition and stuff like that, and everybody has to give it to you because it's like, well, you know, this person, you know, he stormed the weather, you know what I'm saying? He really made it through. It really didn't matter to him the whole time. Which I don't know how people can do this kind of stuff, but never like turned on God or blamed it on God. Like, I guess people do stuff like that, I never would. But you know what I'm saying? It really shows the kind of character you have. So what happens is anyone that has a problem with you after you've shown the kind of character you have by yourself, they seem like a weirdo. You know what I'm saying? And also the women that have liked you, they've been wanting to show you more interest, but it wasn't cool to do so. Now it's cool to do so. And you know, you're starting to, you know, notice the women that are finding you attractive and the ones that are just directly DMing you and letting you know. You're figuring it out, you know what I'm saying, through context clues of the way people are acting around you, that you must be having it going on. And if you know that kind of stuff, man, you can use that. You know, you can use it, you know, to your advantage whenever you're going online. You know, if you know that women are watching you, and not so much anymore to put you on a pedestal to try to like tear you down. There are a few out there doing it, but more so because they like what they see and they want to see more of it. You know what I'm saying? You can control that, man. I'm not trying to say control what they think. I'm saying control, you know, how you come across. And as a Sigma, you know, the kind of Sigma that we are, a little rough around the edges, you know, we're aware of that and we move accordingly. And it drives women wild. It really does. It drives them wild. I mean, okay, imagine, all right, this ain't gonna really apply to us men, but just bear with me and try to make it work. Imagine a chick, a really hot chick, goes through a divorce, and then she rebuilds herself, you know, from the ground up. She probably wouldn't be homeless necessarily because she's a chick. Somebody's gonna always, you know, give her, but even if she had to be, right, let's say she was homeless for a little bit, staying with a parent or whatever, and then she started building herself up, and, you know, guys, we wouldn't care about the money, so we would, you know what I'm saying, but like chicks do care what other chicks think about that kind of stuff. But imagine seeing her getting to the point where she's not only building herself back up, but she's setting trends while she's building herself up, setting trends, right? Like, you know what I mean? I notice everybody, you know, when they're talking like me, before I took it offensively while I was healing myself or whatever, but now that I'm healed, I'm like, okay, that's just influence. You know, like them copying me, mimicking me, that's influence. You know, people wearing the kind of stuff that I wear, that's influence. Now, they might be using it and trying to make sure no one knows who they're getting it from, but you know who they're getting it from. And it doesn't matter if they give you any recognition, because I've told y'all before and I'll tell you again, I'm gonna get all the recognition I need. It's all in due time and divine time. But people that are mimicking, copying me are doing nothing but helping me, because once they get out there far enough, if they reach a certain, you know, big enough platform, it will be, you know what I'm saying, put out, where did this come from? Where did this kind of ideology, where did this kind of style, and it will be traced back to source. And then I ain't gotta brag, or I ain't gotta, like, you know, try to, they're copying me. Let them do whatever they wanna do. You know, it's gonna get traced back to source. It always does. When people are talking a certain kind of way, you know, next thing you know it, Bobby Hemmett come up, and, you know, different kind of people that are in the spiritual community that have been putting out information will come up, because those are the sources. Or like when Kevin Samuels came out, some of the guys before him, you know, I don't know their names or whatever, I'm not in the manosphere like that, but their names started getting big because, you know, Kevin Samuels got big enough to be able to put them on, and they started looking up and being like, oh yeah, these are the same talking points, which it really doesn't matter if it's the same or not. That's what people, you know, get things confused. It's about how you deliver it. You know, if Kevin Samuels was able to package it up and deliver it in a way that was able to reach masses, they can't, you know, really take away from him. Just like with me, Whatever I do, which most of my stuff I get directly from source, but you know, however I decide to deliver it, it's going to be my most authentic self, and you know, it can't be duplicated, and it can reach masses, you know, across the globe. So, you know what I mean? Women love that. They love that. They absolutely love the fact that you can be taken anywhere, go on any trip or whatever. Um, Not only be able to look good on the cruise with them, but be able to read things on the menu, get things taken care of, schedule things, look good, and make it look easy while doing it. There's so many different ways that you're making these women so hot, man. And while making them hot, what's going to happen is the ones you turn on the most are going to be the most mean to you. Understand that. The ones you turn on the most are going to be the most mean to you. They can't help it. They don't know that it's ruining any shot they have to you, but they can't help themselves because they're so into you, what you think matters to them. So if you say something to them that they feel like, you know, it offends them, then they will just go like, because, you know, you matter too much to them and you don't even know. You have no idea. You have no idea how many women are putting you in a relationship with them right now, some kind of proxy. You have no earthly idea, and you never will. They'll never tell you. Women will go through a whole relationship in their mind with you and break up with you without you ever even knowing. That's just the way it is, man. That's the way it is. But know this, right now they can't get enough of you. They absolutely cannot get enough of you. Even when they're mad at you, they can't stop watching you. They can't stop watching you. They can't stop wanting to see what you're going to do next. They can't get enough, period. You know, you gain a couple pounds, they'll know. Right? You know what I'm saying? If your face is breaking out or whatever, they'll know. They won't know the reason why, but what they'll do, which is the craziest thing in the world, is they'll fill in the blanks with a bunch of assumptions. You know what I'm saying? But the fact that they care, right? It's so strange to me, man. But whenever you're starting to, you know, be influential or you start being that guy, you don't know how people are going to react to it. But what I'm starting to do is, instead of just being like, oh yeah, they're a hater. I mean, well, they are a hater, but these women could be being a hater because they don't know how to express how they feel towards me. You know what I'm saying? So since they don't know how to express how they feel towards me because I'm catching them off guard with how, you know, sexy I am, you know what I mean? Or however they find me that makes them feel like, you know, they can't stop themselves from getting wet. You know, like, it brings them back. You know what I'm saying? It brings them back. So it's a healthy balance, and it seems like women kind of like that. They kind of like that bad boy thing, where that bad boy gentleman type of thing, where they know that, you know what I'm saying, you're not going to never be one of those guys that puts your hands on a woman, but they also know that you're not the kind of guy to mess with. You'll walk away. So like, your way of handling business is not like physical. It's like, you know, it's more like a mental, like, you know, I'm just gonna cut you off and walk away. They don't have to worry about, you know, you getting stupid and like actually getting physical, because you know better and you know there's no point in it. You know, she's a woman. I don't care what she says. It's just her words. She can't do anything. So, you know, other than that, you just walk away. And that scares them more than anything else. They think if you're, you know what I'm saying, trying to do more or whatever, someone think that means that you like them. If you just walk away, they feel like, well, they don't, you know. It's not that you don't like them or whatever. It's just you're just not going to deal. Some women are great women. You just know you can't deal with them because they have too much mouth going on and too much attitude. There's a lot of women that like you right now that are super fine. And they're not bad women, but they just have too much mouth and they're too opinionated, and they know that you would not get along. So they're really saving you by not, you know, approaching you, because they know it's not possible. You're not going to like them the way that they are, and they're going to have to put on a mask. And they know how you are. You're a big advocate of just being yourself. Please don't wear a mask. Don't put a mask on based off of what you think I want to see or other guys want to see. And the next thing you know it, even if what if we end up dating or whatever? Then whenever you decide to let your mask slip because you found somebody else you're somewhat interested in but not fully committed to yet, but somewhat, you know, whatever gets on your nerves about me or whatever, then you start really showing your ass and you start showing who you really were. But you know, I would think, or another guy would think that's messing with you, like, man, what did I do wrong? Or da 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 da. Dude never did nothing wrong. We never did nothing wrong. You were wearing a mask the entire time, and now that you think you have a better somewhat option, you're letting that mask slip and show who you really are. And we're caught off guard like, damn, What a creature. Anyway, y'all, appreciate y'all. Love y'all. Remember, you know what I'm saying, hit the subscribe button, hit the like button. We're growing fast. We're close to 1,000. I appreciate each and every one of my subscribers. Shout out to all the men that made this possible and the 9% of women that are showing up. You know, let's keep doing what we're doing, showing people how to get it done, setting the standard, being the pioneer, the maverick, and the trailblazer and trendsetter. Let's get it. Let's go. Love y'all. You know what I mean? I'm getting on TikTok for a little while. Take it easy.